You all know how much my Gullah Geechee heritage means to me. So today, we're talking about West African peanut stew. All right, so I have minced up about a tablespoon of ginger. I'm gonna mince up 4 garlic cloves. Now I'm gonna dice 1 whole onion. All right, and I have a Scotch bonnet pepper. West African cuisine is known to be a little bit more spicy, but because I'm adding sweet potatoes, that natural sweetness is gonna offset the spiciness from the Scotch bonnet. Now, at home, I wouldn't advise you guys to do this without gloves. I am a professional, but I will wash my hands. All right, so I have a whole chicken here. That's about a 6-pound chicken. I've cut it up into 10 pieces. That's your thighs, your legs, your wings, and your breast cut in half. All right, now I'm gonna season my chicken. Simple seasoning, salt and pepper. All right, I'm gonna head over to my stove. I have my Dutch oven here. I'm gonna add some vegetable oil and get a nice sear on my chicken pieces. I'm gonna go skin side down first to get a nice crispy skin on the chicken. So my chicken is brown on this side. I'm just gonna flip it. Look at, the flavors are starting to build at the bottom of this pot. When you think about West African stews and Gullah stews, when we make our stews, the meat is basically on the bone. My grandmother tell you it's because all the flavor is in the bone. All right, so my second batch is ready to come out. I'm not cooking the chicken all the way through. I'm just getting a nice brown sear on both sides because the chicken will cook all the way through once I add my other ingredients and cover it. Now it's time to get my veggies in there. Got the onions, the garlic, the Scotch bonnet. It's all gonna cook in the flavors from that stuff stuck at the bottom of the pan. Let me switch over tools now, because now I got to get to scraping. I'm gonna get all that flavor up. And if some of it is still stuck on, don't worry about it. I'm gonna start adding in liquids. And that liquid is gonna also help get some of that nice seasoning from the chicken up from the bottom of the pot. Right now I'm gonna add in 2 cubes of chicken bouillon. A teaspoon of tomato paste. I'm gonna add this 15-ounce can of tomato sauce. Give it a stir before I add in my water. Okay, and it's called West African peanut stew for a reason, because there's peanut butter in there. And in West Africa, they call it ground nut. So I'm gonna add about a cup of ground nut or peanut butter. All right, now I'm gonna add in 4 cups of water to kind of dilute some of that tomato and peanut butter. And now is the time I'm gonna add the chicken back. And while this cooks up, I'm gonna cover this and let this simmer while I cut up my veggies. So I have a small bunch here of collard greens. I'm gonna just give it a little chiffonade. That just means I'm gonna cut them into small ribbons. I have 2 sweet potatoes. I'm gonna make it to like 1-inch chunks. And I have 2 Roma tomatoes that I'm gonna cut up into chunks. And I like using Roma tomatoes because they're firm and easy to cut. All right, so it smells incredible in here. I smell the tomato, the chicken, everything. Look at that. Look at the color. That peanut butter has kind of blended in with the tomato sauce. I'm gonna add in my veggies now, that Roma tomato, the sweet potatoes, and the collards. It may look like a lot, but this is all gonna cook down. All right, so I am gonna cover this and let this simmer on low. I'm gonna let it simmer for about 25 to 30 minutes or until I can pierce the sweet potatoes with a fork. I smell this stew going. Man, oh man. Oh, that smells incredible. How I know this stew is done is if I take one of those little sweet potatoes, and if my fork goes through it easily, it's done. That is solid.